Selection bias in shared successes. A research overview. 1. Introduction. Selection bias occurs when certain data are systematically excluded or included in a way that distorts conclusions. In the context of shared successes, such as success stories in business, education, science, or social media, selection bias arises when only positive outcomes are publicized while failures are ignored. This can shape perceptions in misleading ways. 2. What is selection bias? Selection bias is a type of sampling bias where the sample used for analysis is not representative of the population it attempts to describe. When only successful cases are shared, the sample excludes critical information about unsuccessful or average cases, leading to overestimation of success probabilities, false expectations, poor decision-making. 3. Why focus on shared successes? In many domains, people are more motivated to share successful outcomes, such as entrepreneurs promoting their startup achievements, students posting high grades or scholarships, researchers emphasizing significant results, social media users sharing positive life events. This trend creates a visibility gap between success and failure. 4. Examples of selection bias in shared successes. A. Business and entrepreneurship. Articles like "Startups that grew 1,000% in 1 year" highlight extreme success. Failed startups are rarely documented. Impact. New entrepreneurs may overestimate the likelihood of rapid growth. B. Education. Colleges publish statistics on high-achieving students. There is less transparency about average or underperforming students. Impact. Prospective students might develop unrealistic expectations of outcomes. C. Scientific research. Journals favor positive results over null or negative findings. This is known as publication bias. Impact. Literature may overstate effectiveness of interventions. D. Social media. People curate posts to show accomplishments and joyful moments. Failures and struggles are underrepresented. Impact. Followers may feel pressure or inadequacy due to skewed representations. 5. Theoretical foundations. Selection bias is rooted in statistical theory. Non-random sampling, when the probability of including data depends on the outcome. Survivorship bias, a subtype where only survivors, here successes, are observed. In formal terms, if P success is estimated only from observed successes, it will be inflated compared to the true probability in the full population. 6. Consequences of selection bias in shared successes. A. Misleading metrics. Aggregated success stories do not reflect typical outcomes. Decisions based solely on published successes may be flawed. B. Distorted motivation. Unrealistic goals and expectations. Increased anxiety and lowered self-esteem in comparison to curated images. C. Policy and investment risks. Policymakers may prioritize initiatives that appear successful but are not representative. Investors may follow hype without rigorous evaluation. 7. How to identify selection bias. Look for signs such as unusually high success rates compared to known benchmarks, absence of failure cases or null results, lack of transparent sampling criteria. 8. Strategies to mitigate selection bias. A. Comprehensive reporting. Include failures, null results, and average cases. Encourage open data policies. B. Randomized sampling. Use random sampling methods where possible. Ensure all relevant cases have a chance of inclusion. C. Publish negative results. In science and business, promote venues that value contrary or null findings. D. Educate stakeholders. Raise awareness among audiences about bias and its effects. 9. Conclusion. Selection bias in shared successes creates a skewed representation of reality, giving disproportionate visibility to achievements while concealing failures. This bias influences decision-making, expectation setting, and perception across domains. Addressing it requires systematic changes in reporting practices, analytical rigor, and cultural norms around sharing both success and failure. 10. References suggested for further reading. If you want, I can generate a formatted bibliography in APA/MLA style. Ioannidis J.P.A. 2005. Why most published research findings are false. Kahneman D. 2011. Thinking, Fast and Slow. Taleb, N. 2007. The Black Swan. Publication Bias Literature in Scientific Journals.